we are here to chat with Ava Protocol about their challenges in the Permissionless III hackathon. We are going to be getting some alpha, and we're also going to be learning a lot more about Ava Protocol leading up into the hackathon as well. But Chris, I know I already said your name, but feel free to give your own intro.
Thank you, Annalisa. Sure. Yeah, let me kick it off. So we're Ava Protocol team. So basically, Ava Protocol is building this private autonomous super transaction infrastructure for Ethereum Mainnet. We are an eigenlayer AVS. We launched 3 months earlier, and we're leveraging the eigenlayer AVS for off-chain computation and storage. So basically, we allow developers to easily, like no code, automate smart contract calls, EVM smart contract calls through like with our infrastructure through drag and drop tools. So any kind of Ethereum transaction, like sending token to somebody, selling a token on Uniswap, or any custom smart contract calls that we can support. So yeah, basically some use cases include recurring payments, stop loss orders, or streaming rewards. So those kind of use cases that our infrastructure is supporting. We just we're used to be called Oak Network, working in the Polkadot ecosystem, but this year we had this big pivot to Ethereum Mainnet, and now we're live. We're able to serve the Ethereum EVM developers on Mainnet, and layer 2 is coming along in 6 months. And after that, our long-term roadmap is to scale to Solana to support these automation on Solana as well. And of course, we have these new blockchains coming up, which are Sonium blockchain, that we are already a strong partner with them. So they have this Spark incubation program to sponsor small developer teams, and we're providing this automation infrastructure as a partner to the Spark program.
Oh, awesome! Wow, wow. There's so many exciting things happening for Ava Protocol, and so much to cover. I'm sure we are going to have a lot of questions, or I've got some follow-up questions. But no, thank you so much for the intro on Ava Protocol. And for those who are just joining, we are chatting with Permissionless Hackathon sponsor Ava Protocol. We're going to dive into a little bit more on their roadmap, how Ava Protocol is impacting Web3 in general, and also helping builders to thrive in Web3. And but to scale things back, for those who are listening right now or in the future, we do have the Permissionless III hackathon coming up in less than 2 weeks. I mean, I took a look at Ava Protocol's challenges, and they are pretty awesome. But signups are still open for Permissionless III hackathon. That is taking place October 7th to the 8th. The 8th is my birthday, by the way, in Salt Lake City, Utah.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. The big 3-3. For Permissionless III hackathon, there's going to be 36 hours of building. All the winners are going to get to present their projects on stage on day 1 at the Permissionless conference, which is super exciting. If y'all attended the hackathon last year, we were kind of tucked away in a little room. But this year, the winner announcement is taking place on stage live at the conference for everyone to see. So that's super exciting. And sponsors include Ripple, Supra, Layer, Rootstock, Bonchain, and of course, right here, Ava Protocol. But if anyone does have any questions for Ava as we're going along, feel free to go ahead and drop them in the chat. But Jonas, I believe you had a question for Ava here, just about them in general.
Yes, I could maybe. I'm very curious about Ava myself because it's quite new to me. But one question I do have is like the concept of this studio, because if I understood things correct, Chris, is the studio is this front end where that's a drag and drop element where you can like get smart contract calls and stuff. Is that correct?
Sorry, I got like I was cut off a little bit. The studio is a UI component that we have been building ourselves to provide a drag and drop tool for regular like everyday users, crypto users to create their own strategy. And the studio also provides popular templates for any users. So basically providing this trading template with one click. Let me give you an example. Like for example, TWAP, time weighted average order on Uniswap. Like I want to buy ETH like $100 per day, right? Something like that. TWAP order. So it'll be one click. So the trading strategy is a bunch of triggers and actions, but it's already built by either by our team or somebody else, and it's already tested by time. So we offer those one-click popular templates for any user. Another example would be RV loan liquidations. For example, if you want to make a profit to help liquidate the RV loans, you can do that with this one-click templates. But of course, you can, like, once you pop up the templates, you can modify the templates to your needs. You can say, instead of doing this, I want to do that. So it's a drag and drop tool to customize your trading strategy for everyday user, like no coding required at all.
That's awesome. Can you,
Uh-oh.
with this? Oh, did I cut
A
out?
little bit, but you're good now.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry, Chris. Do you have any other questions, or is there any use cases outside of like trading strategies and stuff?
Oh yeah, like the possibilities are endless. For example, we are working. One of our potential partner is an RWA company. They're using our this automation to streamline their DevOps. So basically, even today, a lot of people are using Web2 component to manage like AWS server to manage their private keys to automate the smart contract, right? They're just like coding in smart contract is complex and risky to do. For some tasks, for example, like every day I want to call this smart contract. For simple tasks like that, they like today's solution is still to use AWS servers. So basically, we transform that into a very easy user interface. Let's say you're a PM or you're the CEO, you're the product manager of the company, and you can do that without the like any coding or DevOps knowledge, right? You understand the business logic, you understand your requirement, what you're going to do, so you can achieve that through our interface. That's a use case for any kind of developer company, like, but this is particular to an RWA.
Super interesting. Super interesting. Thank you so much for
Yeah.
answering.
And I also, so I know you
Thanks.
touched on this earlier when you were giving an overview on Ava Protocol, but I feel like being that the theme of the Permissionless III hackathon is a multi-chain future, I wanted to dive a little bit more into I guess the reasoning behind your pivot to supporting more chains and as you were pivoting or rebranding into Ava Protocol. If you could tell us a little bit more about that.
Sure. Well, we rebranded to Ava Protocol basically because we want the brand to be easy to meet with, right? Like previously, Oak Network is it's an acronym, not acronym. It's a name that is too technical. Like Oak stands for On-Chain Autonomous Kernel. You can see it's very developer-centric term, like keywords. So we rebrand to Ava. Ava is a AI robot female character, which was the main character in the movie Ex Machina. It's a great movie, by the way, if you haven't watched it.
That's fire.
Yeah, we're not licensed, but we're just kind of imply that female character, and apparently Ava is female. It's just more, a little bit. It's smart, sexy, and user friendly. We want people to create a meme around it. That's all the rationale around the rebranding. But also, because we're migrating into the Ethereum ecosystem, we want to have a new face, a new voice to the Ethereum, right? So, and we have been very happy about the rebranding because Ethereum ecosystem is very open. Like Eigenlayer ecosystem is very new. Everything you feel the vibrant vibe through the community. We have been hosting Eigenlayer ecosystem meetup in the San Francisco Bay Area. So we're gonna host another ecosystem meetup right before the permissionless. Actually, we're going to host that on Monday, and Tuesday I'm going to fly to Salt Lake City for the
Oh,
permissionless.
wow. That's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
I know. Feel free to, if you have that event, I think I see it right here. I will go ahead. If anyone can drop that in the replies, I will go ahead and I'll pin that. But I know we do have some builders that are based in the Bay Area. I'm originally from the Bay Area, and I would love to get some folks involved in that builder meetup. But that is super awesome. So it sounds like that right now in the works that you all have a lot of different ways that you're connecting with builders and supporting builders too. I think it's super important. Or no code tooling is to me, I'm super bullish on no code tooling, especially when it comes to Web3, and we all know that we need. I mean, having easy to use like user experience or user interface is to me mandatory or extremely important in order for builders to thrive in Web3. But I wanted to pivot and ask about a little bit more about how you are supporting builders. I did see that y'all have a open grants program. Can you tell me a little bit more about any like funding opportunities for builders that are using Ava Protocol that you have right now?
Yeah, sure. Actually, this permissionless hackathon is well connected to the Open Grant program. So basically, we want to discover great talents, like either product design or developer talents from this hackathon. I'll get into the details a little bit later. So we have two challenges for this hackathon. One is for developer. The other is more for product design. So this open grant program has been running for 2 years. We have sponsored maybe 6, 7 projects in the past 2 years. Not frequently, but they're all great people. The standards is, I would say, is we're holding the standards high, and the product that build through the open grant program are very helpful.
Oh wait, I think we might be losing your microphone a little bit. It got a little robotic. Or can everyone hear?
No, he's breaking up.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Chris. But we lost you at the top of the open grants program. Uh, oh, I'm sorry. I think your microphone is cutting out. We might need you to here.
Reconnect or something, maybe? I don't know. Or change device if you have a second mic.
Yeah, I think he's gonna rejoin.
All right, it's just us.
So okay, there we go. Let's see.
Sorry, got to reconnect.
Oh, there we
Can
go.
you hear
Yep,
me?
we got you.
All right, cool. Yeah, let me start over. The Open Grant program, it's well connected to these hackathons. So we have two challenges, one for developer, the other for product design. So we have sponsored 7 to 8 teams through the course of the past 2 years, and they're all great talents. The product they build have provided great value add to Ava Protocol ecosystem. So basically, we are looking forward to discover new talents from this hackathon. And you can build a great app in 36 hours, but in order to build a much more mature product that can generate revenue, probably need more heart and souls poured into it. So that's why we have this open grant program as a continuation of the sponsorship to these developers. So if you can, as a developer or a product manager, if you can read the guidelines and provide a value add to the Ava Protocol ecosystem, we'd love to support you.
That's awesome. I think I found it. I believe it was linked when I was reviewing your challenge content. So I did link the details up here, and I've got to say I love that you guys are planning to support builders after the hackathon, because I mean we see throughout all these hackathons, whether they're in person or virtual, that there are so many amazing ideas that are birthed from these. And it speaks a lot to your ecosystem that you are willing to support builders to continue to develop their projects after the hackathon, and that's how you really build community, and how this can be a positive sum game for everybody to leverage their projects. But I know you said that this program has been running for a few years. Do you have any like highlight projects that have been supported through the grants program in the past that that you can mention or shout out?
Yes, yeah, sure. So I'm not going to mention every name of the
Yeah.
team, but for example, big ones like Web3 Go, and they rebranded into DIN, DIN. I think they're a pretty popular project now, but they help us build the first generation of the automation dashboard. That's basically we have been reiterating on the product design. So from the first generation, second generation, and now it's the third generation now. And there's other Yield-based team helped us build a liquidity pool reward auto compound product. It's an extension to a DEX in the Polkadot ecosystem. So it's like through Ava Protocol infrastructure, you can build like extensions of functions to your DEX, either DEX product or to an NFT platform. So that's very powerful, and people love it. And another team built the restaking automation for our own staking reward. So the staking reward normally don't go back, like you don't compound the staking reward automatically. That's just the design of the blockchain. But this automation help you set up a compound that, for example, you want to put the reward back into your main staking account every 3 days or every 7 days. So function like that. And those are just use cases of our product. And the most recent one is Backpipe, which built a drag and drop tool for creating automations through our blockchain protocol. It's a very similar product to what we are building today, but that is more of a MVP, that cater to the market really quickly, and we have collected tons of feedback from that product. So as you can see, they are all very strongly relevant to our core product, which is the automation protocol. And they're just use cases or enhancement or toolings around the core automation solution.
Oh, that sounds amazing, and I love that through the grants program that builders are creating things that Ava Protocol is adopting, and that other more builders are actively using. So that's awesome. I do have the grants program details linked up here, and as Chris mentioned earlier, for those who are participating in the hackathon, this is a great opportunity to further your projects and continue building with Ava Protocol through this grants program and other funding opportunities provided by Ava. So I did want to pivot into this, where we are going to be dropping some alpha for the Permissionless III hackathon through these spaces. This is our very first sponsor spotlight of the year for this for Permissionless III, and I'm excited that we've got y'all on as our first spaces, because just reviewing the challenges, I'm really, really excited to see what builders create. Before I have Chris, before we dive into each of the challenges separately, there's going to be one technical challenge, and then there's one product design challenge, which as a I dabble in product design. I think it's very important to have to give builders that are maybe non-coders the opportunity to participate in hackathons and to just get your hands dirty. So I would like to discuss the first challenge, which is the technical one. Chris, could you tell us a little bit more about that one?
Great. Yes, thanks, Annalisa. Yes, because I have participated in multiple hackathons before, starting from like when I was in college. I understand it's quite challenging to build a lot of code within 36 hours, right? Of course, I mean, you got to sleep. Like I never skip sleep during the hackathons. I know some people can do it, but it's just so challenging for me.
Oh, absolutely.
So yeah, like let's say you get 24 hours or more than that. So the first challenge is for developer. We have this API built from EigenLayer AVS. So the EigenLayer AVS is the backend, right? I just use normal, regular developer terms. It's a backend with APIs, gRPC. And we have instructions, the documentation of these APIs. So the challenge is to build a SDK in any popular programming languages like JavaScript.
Oh no, wait, we're losing your mic. We're losing your mic again, I think. But we got the first part. I need you to reconnect. Wait, let's see. The suspense is real. But here, try again.
How about this? Is this
yes,
better?
Yes, we gotcha. Okay, but we did get I'll read the challenge title. But it's build a SDK for Ava Protocol's event-driven AVS to automate smart contracts. And then now we can hear you. Perfect.
Yeah, the challenge is to build a SDK wrapper with any popular programming language such as JavaScript, TypeScript, Python, or even Rust to provide usability for developers on top. So currently we have the API, which is the gRPC programming interface, where you can call through the internet. So basically the idea is to create a wrapper for application developer to use. So for example, with the wrapper, it exists in every aspect of the internet now. In order to interact with the server, the wrapper usually abstract the implementation of the API calls away. So you would say, for example, using Telegram SDK as an example, you can say, okay, when I got a message, I want to respond with another message. So you don't really code at the API level. You don't know how does the communication between your server and the Telegram server. But with the JavaScript, let's use JavaScript as an example. You can say, okay, when I got this message, I can respond with another message, like my response. So it's a very nice tool to abstract away the API implementation, which we currently have. So that's the idea. Just create a library in JavaScript, TypeScript, or Python to make programming a lot easier.
I think that is awesome. And then, Jonas, I know we have some follow-up questions regarding challenge number 1.
Yeah. Is there any examples that builders can kind of look at to get an idea on what exactly you're looking for? I guess there is like a numerous ones, but maybe you have a favorite, so they get like a more specific idea on how they can build an SDK.
Yeah, great question. We in the challenge detail, I actually added an example. Like so, basically, I'm saying, okay, this is standard. This is what our existing SDK looks like. I think the SDK is in JavaScript, but the participant can check them out in from GitHub. It's completely open source, and yeah, feel free to give it a try. And there's the npm package attached to it. You don't have to clone the code. You can just download the npm package with one command and try it out.
Awesome. Yeah, I don't think I have any more
Yeah.
questions about challenge number 1.
Yeah, I know. And so, well, for those who are listening right now, as a heads up, we're not launching the challenge content directly on BiddleBox until day 1 of the hackathon. So you are getting some serious alpha. You might be reading these replies, or if you're looking into our replies, whoever's going to see these replies is going to be mad confused. But I went ahead and pinned the example of an existing SDK to this chat for those who are listening. So that's challenge number 1. It is a little bit more technical. Again, that is build an SDK for Ava Protocol's event-driven AVS to automate smart contracts. So we've got an example pinned there, and then I wanted to move on to the second challenge, which is a product design challenge. In before I ask a little bit more about like the actual like details of that challenge, I wanted to know because I know, Chris, that you crafted these challenges and you spent some. I see that they're very well detailed, and I personally love these in a hackathon. What was your reasoning behind posting up a non-technical challenge?
I just want to see if there. I mean, like, as a product manager myself, I understand that the product design and the UI design aspect is actually very important and it precedes any development process in the product building process. So I would say they are as important as the first 30% part of the entire product life cycle. So if they are as important as the 30%, I want to create this challenge to attract great talented product designer or UI designer to participate. I'm sure there are people in the space who understand crypto products, who understand the use cases, or just have an idea, right? So this is a more of a platform for them to express their idea, to write up a use case that could leverage the automation solution. Um, I don't know. Maybe like the power. This is leveraging the power of community, right? Like maybe there are some great ideas born from this hackathon, and we can take it over either through open grants or by ourselves or through another hackathon to implement those, right? So it's a multi-step process to complete a real like a mature product. But I think the first 30% is very important, and we want to sponsor the this opportunity through this challenge to attract great product designers and UI designers.
No, absolutely. But which I'm super excited about, because like on top of posting a product design challenge and gauging what ideas are out there, it also casts a wide net for what type of I guess talent and like there's so many different like talented builders, and you don't necessarily have to be a developer in order to build in Web3. So I do appreciate this challenge in particular. So I know you touched on this a little bit, but could we dive a little bit more into the key objectives for this challenge? I will say, for those listening right now, or I see we did get some more folks to join, that this is a product design challenge, and the title for this challenge is to create a demo for DeFi, NFT, or smart contract automation. I know you cited in this that you would like this to be designed on Figma. I'm a huge fan of Figma. I wish I could actually do this challenge, but I'd love to dive a little bit more into what are the goals, or what would you like to see out of this in terms of projects?
Right. Yeah, good question. So keep in mind that we have this studio tool on top of our technical solution, which is a no-code drag and drop tool for creating any kind of automation, smart contract automation. So that product is still being built. But so for this hackathon, we ask users to build the user journey, build the use case of this product idea through either Figma or any interactive design tool that can show us a mock-up of the UI, how it looks like, what buttons to click to move through the process. But in future, our studio platform could allow a user to build the actual automation, like to actually automate a smart contract call with a similar process. So they would drag and drop, create the conditions and the actions to build a series of actions triggered by certain type of oracle or real world information. So this is kind of the first step into piloting the studio interface to see how people build the user journeys for their ideas. And keep in mind that the automation can be for NFTs, DeFi's, DEX trading, or even RWA operations. So there are definitely a lot of use cases. For example, we are piloting this Telegram trading bot idea, which give you the power to just trade all the coins in your Telegram chat, which is very fun. It's very degen, but a very fun idea. Super simple interface. You can even follow somebody else trade. You can follow the Signal group and say, I like this Signal group. I just want to follow their trades and potentially make a lot of money out of it. Just very fun idea from crypto community. We're piloting, like we're building this application ourselves, just piloting with the trading strategy automations ourselves. But super fun and potentially generate a lot of revenue from it.
God, I think that's, I love that idea actually. And I personally think, like, while there's so many public goods that are being built and so many public goods projects that are being built out of like the Ethereum ecosystem, I do love a good degen project too. So I think that's a great idea. I also, by the way, I pulled from the challenge content. You did share some really good examples, which will not officially be posted until day one of the hackathon, like I said. But for those who are listening right now, I did pin a few to help get you started up here on the Jumbotron. All right. And then Jonas, do you have any follow-up questions? I just want to make sure I type you into. Jonas, I think you're on mute.
Oh, I was speaking. Sorry. But I just want to give the feedback, and I think that this is a really amazing opportunity for a wide audience of potential hackers to participate in. I think you like mentioning Figma as a perfect tool to solve this kind of sets a premise that that's what we're kind of aiming for. I would it's probably here in the challenge description, but is there any like great examples or maybe templates that you can start looking at for something similar like this? This might be a bit too much teasing, I don't know, but like I'm eager to see more.
Yes, sir. Well, outside of I pinned these ones to the top, but any other? Well, I know. I'm seeing here, Chris, that you listed a couple other examples for inspiration, like Chainlink Keeper, Gelato Network, Web3 function. Any other examples for inspo?
Yeah, exactly. You mentioned our competitors, which launched much earlier, and they built the early version of this automation solution. So basically, the solution we built is generation 3 already. So Chainlink Keeper has built the generation 1, and Gelato Network has been experimenting with the generation 2. But there are a lot of great examples from their website. So the only challenge is that previously, with their solution, you kind of have to write smart contract like Solidity programming language to achieve those. And now I would say a great way is to look at those great examples that are already built and rebuild this from with our technology. Apparently, you have to read what API we offer, but rebuild those scenarios with our Ava Protocol technology. So which is much easier without any Solidity coding required.
Yeah, awesome. And then so for those who are just joining, we're talking about Ava Protocol's 2 challenges in the Permissionless III hackathon. The one that we're just wrapping up on is the product design challenge. So create a demo for a DeFi, NFT, or smart contract automation. And then the one that we discussed earlier was a more technical challenge, and it's build a SDK for Ava Protocol's event-driven AVS to automate smart contracts. And this could be in TypeScript, Python, or any other programming language. I had pinned an existing one that is built in JavaScript to get y'all some inspo. And another thing that Chris touched on earlier is that after this hackathon, there are plans. There's more opportunities for funding and for developing your project with Ava Protocol. They do have an open grants program, which it does offer funding anywhere between 10K to 100K to continue to build innovative solutions using Ava's technology or Ava Protocol's technology, which is amazing. So that there's a lot of alpha there for y'all to dive in. But before and I could share some more resources on getting started, but you touched on this earlier, Chris, and I kind of wanted to talk about something fun. So I have 2 questions. Like, if you can give any advice to someone who has never participated in a hackathon before, or what's like your top 3 tips for those who are participating in a hackathon, especially one like this where it's going to be 36 hours of building. I know you said get sleep, but anything else?
I don't know if I have top 3 tips, but I would say, like for myself, like from my practice, get enough sleep in between. Don't overstretch, right? Like your brain stops working if you skip sleep. And I have to say that the coding skills, the skill set of building these like projects really quick takes time to build up. So for the first time, don't push yourself too hard. Don't set too high of expectation, but seeing that as a practice, right? Like you will get so much better after 3, and probably win the championship after hackathon 3. But for the first one, take it easy, enjoy it, practice your coding. Here's the thing I have learned from my coding, like engineering job. So I didn't get really good until 5 years later, like after I start. So that's the master theory. After 10,000 hour practice, you become a master, and you start really to enjoy what you do. So I didn't enjoy it in the first 5 years. That's just that's my case. But I lived through it. I survived, and now I really enjoy coding.
That's awesome. I'll probably dig into this Spaces recording and pull that quote, but I love that right there. Is after 10,000 hours of practice, you become a master, and I think that that really speaks to. I've heard a lot of advice on consistency is key, and you can. I think it's important to like. You don't have to do it all on one single go, but I think it's important to chip away on pieces every single day, and that's going to take you further. And yes, hackathons are fun. You do a lot in within a short 24-hour period, but it's to become an amazing developer or to become an amazing product manager, it takes a lot of consistency. So I appreciate that advice.
Yeah, I would say the power of the hackathons is that you learn so much more within the 36 hours than sitting in the office or sitting at your home office for building for 3 weeks. It's just thinking of that as a speed up for the advancement in your career.
Yeah. Absolutely. I also, on the topic of sleep, last year we did have a relax or chill room at the hackathon with, I think it was essentially just a beanbag room. So for those who are looking to take naps during the hackathon, we will have a space for that, and for y'all to decompress, because it is. I think last year the hackathon was only 24 hours, so there was definitely loss of sleep there. But we are giving you all, why am I doing the math right now? 12 hours of extra time to really perfect your projects. So definitely rest is key, and then also consistency is key too. One more fun question. So I know you said you participated in a hackathon before. Could you tell us about, if you remember, I'm not sure when it was, but tell us about your first hackathon as a participant.
I was a college student, ambitious college student. We did a great job, but we didn't win the hackathon, and we feel so frustrated and disappointed from the result. One of my teammates actually went up stage, argued with the judge. So that was a fun experience. But as a college student, we all did stupid things.
Yeah, absolutely. No, we've seen. I mean, for both virtual and in-person hackathons, yeah, we've definitely we've seen that happen. And but at the end of the day, I like to call it type 2 fun, because it's very intense and can be stressful in the moment, but then in the very end, it's fun, and it's an experience with your team also. So okay, I have, sorry, one more hackathon question, because this I'd love to hear from like founders, CEOs, executives that have personally built in hackathons, because I do think that hackathons are another launch pad for people to create startups, or for startups. Sorry, my wording is off there. But when it comes to, in your opinion, what makes a great hackathon team for those who are looking to collaborate with other team members?
That's a great question. I think you can definitely, because of the intense environment, right? You have to deliver within 36 hours. You have to cut corners, reduce your sleep hours. I think that intensity will give you a lot of color, like a lot of read on what others are thinking and acting. So you might just meet this guy, or you're friends with this guy or gal for years, but you have never worked with him. I think this is a great opportunity to find out if you can, live through some struggle together. I think will be a great experience for you to read on other people.
Yeah, absolutely. It's you don't really know somebody until you spend 24 to 36 hours with them on a stressful group project, I would say. But that's really great advice. So that's it for my fun hackathon questions. But back to like a little bit more on Ava Protocol. In terms of like resources and support, I know I linked some documentation up on the Jumbotron, but how can developers, either in the Permissionless III hackathon, or developers that are interested in building on Ava Protocol, how can they get in touch with your team or where can they go for technical guidance or any questions?
A popular, common way is to go to our Discord and create a support ticket. So our community manager, Joe, will help you send the message to the team internally. So if you really have an idea or you want to get some opinion, like my opinion on your idea, feel free to shoot me a DM on Twitter, on X, or go to our Discord and create this support ticket. So we handle all these support ticket usually within 48 hours. Like every ticket will be addressed within 48 hours. So yeah, and we have Telegram too. You can go to our Telegram, just say, hey, I'm participating in this hackathon. I've got a technical question or a question about the challenge, and we'll probably just create a dedicated group for your team, between your team and our team, like engineers, to discuss basically to address your concerns or questions.
Perfect. And let me go ahead and pin. Oh, I guess I can't pin that. 1 second. I found the. Okay, there we go. I found the Discord server, and we have that. Also for Permissionless III builders, if you are registered for the hackathon, you are granted a Permissionless III builder role on our Discord. We have created a channel for Ava Protocol as well for any on-site questions during the hackathon for that support. And then for documentation, I know I posted a little bit, I think. Is there any like specific documentation links for those who want to get started? Well, you can't necessarily get started early technically, but to start learning now.
Yeah, for the documentation is mostly for the first challenge, which is the developer challenge API, building SDK around API. Basically it lives in our documentation under our website. So if you go to Ava Protocol website, you'll see there's a documentation tab. You click onto that, you can see all the docs.
Okay, perfect. And we've got that set. Jonas, do you have any other questions for Ava Protocol?
No, I think I really thank you for sharing all your hackathon experiences, Chris. That was so fun to hear. And I feel like that's kind of a lot of questions around hackathon is like, how do you even get started building a hackathon, but also like, how does it all work? So sharing these experiences is really important. And thank you so much, Chris, for your experiences. That was
Yeah,
really fun to hear.
regarding that, it's like, how do I start a startup, right?
Exactly.
Just do it. There's no other way. If you have an idea, I mean, read the challenge, trying to understand that. Maybe use ChatGPT to summarize it.
Yep.
Just you leveraging the tools. Ask Google, ask ChatGPT. How to start. And I mean, a journey of 1,000 steps start with a single step, right? Like once you start the first one, the second becomes so much easier, and then the third, and then you'll win, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's just easy as that.
Exactly. I mean, it's yeah, I think it's important to note that, sometimes, your first hackathon, you could win. There's a chance you can win, but not to turn away if you're disappointed, or don't let the disappointment take you over. If you don't win the first hackathon challenge, then it's about being consistent. And I think that's very, very important. So for those of you tuning in, just because we've been dropping the alpha, I'm going to say it again. Ava Protocol, they've got 2 challenges in this hackathon. One is a product design challenge, and then the other one is a more technical challenge. The technical challenge is centered around building an SDK for Ava Protocol's EigenLayer AVS, and create an SDK that automates transactions or smart contract calls on Ethereum. That's the technical challenge. The second one is a product design challenge. So creating a product demo for a DeFi, NFT, or smart contract automation. I've got some examples pinned there. I know, actually, I think Cyber Kevin 111. I always feel so silly when I'm reading handles out loud. But so Kevin asked, I think you responded to one of my tweets about one of the things that I pinned here. And that is for the product design challenge. These are just a couple examples and use cases to help get you started on that one. But again, all these details are going to, and more, will be shared on Permissionless at the Permissionless Hackathon on day 1, which is super exciting. On that note, also, Permissionless 3 Hackathon signups are still open. We are asking that folks sign up and also let us know or provide proof of travel that you are going to be in attendance by tomorrow. And really, that's for us to get a proper head count for the venue, and so we have enough resources to support the builders. But so the soft deadline to register is tomorrow or to confirm your attendance. But after that, we are going to be accepting other participant applications all the way through the hackathon. If there's availability, we may be accepting walk-ins too. But definitely, if you have anyone that you want to refer to join this hackathon, if you have team members, make sure that they are signed up and ready to go. In terms of hackathon details, the hackathon is taking place at, is it the Hyatt Regency, the Grand Hyatt? Oh my gosh, I keep blanking on it, but it is on our website. And it is taking place in Salt Lake City, Utah. That's the main thing. October 7th. For the itinerary, signups or check-in will begin at 9. The opening ceremony starts at 10, and the challenges go live right after that. It's going to be 36 hours of building, so submissions close October the 8th, my birthday, at 10:30 p.m. And winners will be announced on stage at Permissionless 3 conference on October the 9th. That is day 1 of the conference. What else can I tell y'all? For those who sign up, all meals are included. We're super excited about that. Last year, they at the hackathon, they had really great poke bowls, which they will be running that back at this hackathon. So the meals, it's not just any hackathon meals. We are going to have snacks, but you'll be eating good. There's a recovery room. We're going to have a limited amount of monitors, or depending on the head count too, is we will have some monitors for y'all. Possibly we'll be giving them away after the hackathon. So more incentive. All participants get free admission to Permissionless 3 conference, but you got to build or you got to be there. And I think I really went on a rant there, but I covered pretty much everything about the hackathon. But with that being said, we do have a couple other sponsor spotlights that are coming up this week and next. Tomorrow we'll be talking with OnChain, and on Thursday we'll be talking with Rootstock. But really, I wanted to say, Chris, thank you so much for joining us today, and I'm really, really excited about Ava Protocol's challenges. For you to, on top of the technical challenge, for you to have a product design challenge, I think that's very unique to a lot of hackathons that we've seen. So, yeah.
Amazing.
Yes.
Thank you, Annalisa, Jonas. Very much look forward to seeing you guys at the Salt Lake City.
Exactly. It's going to be fun. So very excited, and thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you in a couple weeks or less than 2 weeks.
Yes. Thank you so much.
All right, everybody. Take care.
See you. Bye.
Bye.